Hello, my name's Mark Beach. I'm Director of Blackfriars Settlement, and I'm standing here outside the settlement building on Rushworth Street in SE1. We were founded in 1887, and our first base was just over there, and we have operated within 200 yards of that spot ever since. In this video, we're going to look at what makes the settlement what it is today, and that's about people. It's about our members, our staff and our volunteers, people who come here and commit themselves to the work of this place. People who come here who've been broken by all sorts of experiences in life, people who are lonely and isolated in this fast and buzzy city of ours. People come here from all over and their lives are transformed by what they meet here. You'll hear from them, not from me.
We have an anniversary today. It's 130 years of the opening of the settlement. It's been going for 130 years. It first was set up to protect women. It was set up by women from certain universities. It was to help women establish and give them some sort of direction and learning so then they could go forth and get jobs and develop. Later on, it became a settlement for men and children from the poorer communities. I came through the door about 14 years ago, but didn't realise how valuable the resources were. And it's taken me some years to really get to understand how to get the most out of the community's resources. Blackfriars is one of the most important charities going, and it helped me try to focus and put my life back on track. When I walked through the doors 6 months ago, I was nearly suicidal. I was suffering with anxiety disorders and I was panicking, and I was helped by Adam Renuka, and they calmed me down and put me on track. Through Blackfriars Settlement, I've taken advantage of some of the resources and I've started to develop and move forward. And my life seems like it's brightening and opening up.
My name is Jerry Daniels, and I've been involved with Blackfriars Settlement for many years. I think since I was 4 or 5. When Blackfriars Settlement was in Nelson Square, we used to go there, and it was the big house. It was about 4 or 5 stories high. And Mum used to take my brothers, my sister and myself, and we used to play in the back garden. And I think there may have been a little nursery there as well. And there was a lady there named Barbara. She was quite strict because we used to love running up and down the stairs as kids. And then when I was studying, I used to go to evening classes again in Nelson Square at Blackfriars Settlement. And whilst I was at university at Goldsmiths, I worked here as a volunteer in the old building in Rushworth Street, Blackfriars Settlement. And I think I was here for about 1.5 years, 2 years. So I've spent a lot of time with Blackfriars Settlement. And it's like a round trip really, because I'm also involved with the elder persons group that's run at the centre. And I volunteer with the elderly. We do a voluntary wanderers trip out once a month, and we take the group out, well, people that would like to come to various places all over London. And I'm also in the choir at Blackfriars. The choir is actually called the Nightingales, so I'm quite involved with that. So yeah, I've got very good fond memories of Blackfriars Settlement, and I've been quite involved with this place, and I think it's a very important place for the community.
When I first came here, I thought there'd be a load of old girls sitting around, you know, and I didn't feel that I should go and sit there and mope sort of thing. And the reason I came here, I went to the memory club. and that held on a Tuesday by Charlie. And from there, I've already got a bad memory, so I was there for quite a while. Then some friends of mine was taken ill and I had to look after them. But then I used to go to the meetings and they was asking about what we can do or anything. So I turned around and said, well, it's all for women. There's hardly any men here. So, and that's how it started. They said, well, we'll start a club up on a Monday from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. So that's what happened. And Charlie, who runs the men's club, is very, very good. He is very good. You know, and I think he runs other classes in there as well. Then, of course, I'm in the choir. Not that I can sing, but to make because there's only 1 or 2 men in there. So, so when I turn up, well, I always turn up. So, and that's we have some fun with that. Well, as far as the Monday club goes, I think the men enjoy it because they haven't got nowhere else to go. So when they come in here, you know, we'll shake hands, hello, you keeping nice week, sort of thing. I'll try to get everything organised, get the dominoes out for them, and then they're a noisy bunch when they play bloody dominoes and that. And where we're sitting there playing cards, we don't hardly say anything. We're very quiet. Then of course there's the table tennis, and that's keeping a few of them going as well. And of course there's we had the darts, but a few of them was throwing the darts in the floor and in the wall sort of thing. We're all friendly, we all have a chat and we have a laugh.
Hi, my name is Shamit and I've been working at Blackfriars Settlement Centre for the last 6 months on a voluntary basis. Working at the centre is a fantastic opportunity because it allows me to work with students on a daily basis, and as I deal with students from all different aspects of life, it gives me the opportunity to understand how we can help them in order to achieve their first steps in life within their career. I work in the admissions sector, part of the learning development team, where we try to engage with our students onto our courses and speak to them directly and assess them whether or not they're suitable to do the courses that the Blackfriars Settlement provide. Being able to speak to them on a regular basis has been fantastic because we understand their needs and help them get started onto their career paths that they'll like to do in the future. Blackfriars Settlement is a fantastic place to come because the working facilities are great and also the people here are fantastic and very easygoing people to work with.
My name is Tim Wood. I'm the chair of Bankside Open Spaces Trust. We're a small charity in North Southwark and North Lambeth that protects, looks after, procures and maintains open space. Open space and parks and gardens are the last freely available community resource, and everyone goes there from cradle to grave. And that's really how we first met up with Blackfriars Settlement, and we've been partners ever since. We started in 2000. I know Blackfriars Settlement is a lot older than that, but we've done a lot of partnership things together. Ever since we started in 2000, we've worked together with Blackfriars Settlement, particularly when we're putting on events, events in open space and events in halls as well. We like to work with Blackfriars Settlement on the youth side and also on the older people. If we can get the Nightingales singing at one of our open space events, it's always fantastic. I see a bright future for both our organisations. We're in difficult times. Local authority funding will disappear soon, and we have to think of other ways of funding our organisations.
Hi Edna. Hello Rose. Edna, I was wondering, when did you first start coming to
13 years ago.
Really? About the same time as me?
Yeah. I came through the low vision clinic and it was to an AGM meeting here that I met up with Tina. I was invited to join the Crusoe Club.
Oh, right.
For the blind, yeah.
Oh, no, well, I, as you know, I used to come to the Thursday Club until my sight started to go, and then I also then came to the Crusoe Club, which I
Yeah.
quite enjoy.
But-
And as we know, there are completely blind people there, so you know we cope and they cope,
Yeah.
really. So,
But the point of it coming was we met up with other people. We did a few activities that you wouldn't have done normally, and it made you realise that being blind was something that you could live with. It's more than a club. It's a second kind of rest home, I think. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
in a way.
Because we all get on well with people. There's so many different nationalities here, and we just mix in with people, and it's something that really and truly we wouldn't have had if we'd gone to an ordinary.
No, that's
club.
right. That's right. No, I quite
Yeah.
agree with you.
It
Quite agree
is.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
and that. So, yeah, to be truthful, I'll be sorry when I can't come anymore. That is it.
Oh, that won't happen. I'll come and get you.
My name is Simon Hughes. I was the Member of Parliament for Bermondsey and North Southwark from 1983 until 2015. But I knew about the Blackfriars settlement before I became the Member of Parliament, indeed before I lived in Southwark, because when I was at university in the 70s, Blackfriars was known as one of those settlements in London that were about people often from outside coming to work with the community locally to empower and emancipate people who needed support and help and could be helped, particularly for women. And one of the things that was very clear at the beginning when I first came to see Blackfriars, and I had a friend who lived as part of the Blackfriars settlement family, was that it was very much a place that encouraged women to take part in the community. When I first went to Nelson Square, the things that I remember most were the work with people with visual impairment and blindness, and the way that really encouraged and supported them, the work with elders, and the way that really encouraged and supported them, and the fact that it was an advice centre. It was a place where people came for advice on all the issues of the day, and the Blackfriars Advice Centre, which was then based in the Nelson Square building, was one of the things that brought most people through the door. Lovely old building, imposing place, but doing a really valuable service. My strong view is that Blackfriars in this part of London, but actually reaching out quite a bit further, is one of the spider's webs of support, which can catch lots of people and bring them in and help them as individuals to have the friendship and the support and the personal development that they feel they need and that is good for their mental and physical health. And I welcome the fact that Blackfriars has been around contributing for 130 years. The sort of work Blackfriars does now and has done over all that time will certainly be needed in the decades to come.
Hello, my name is Paulette Mills. I've worked for Blackfriars Settlement now for 16 years. I was introduced to Blackfriars many, many years ago. I was actually a youthie. I used to come to the Pickwick Club. I've lived in this area all my life. I was then introduced to Anne Worsley, who was a trustee here. She introduced me to the Borough Music School, that is actually still here for Saturday, and I was a trustee. She then said, I think Blackfriars Settlement need you. So I came over to Blackfriars. She got me enrolled in IT classes at the old Nelson Square, number 44. After that, I was asked to do reception volunteering work, which I did for 6 months. Then I was lucky enough to apply for a post to work in the Older People Services with Tina and Sophia as sort of health and safety project to do with befriending. I did that, and then I was asked by Mary Gardner, who was the old director at the time, if I'd like to get involved in the under fives. I went to college and I did my MVQ3, become qualified, was part of the homepage childcare for at least 2-3 years, and then I'd carried on continually doing the under 5 sessions at Play Space, and then I continued doing the Bermondsey Village All session for actually 10 years. It finished last year. And now I work in reception. I'm the facilities officer now and work full time. And I've just loved working for Blackfriars Settlement. It's been, as I say, a home really, and I hope it continues.
From volunteers who give of their time so freely and generously to help this place to run more smoothly. You've heard from some of our staff, some of who served here for many, many years and who are deeply embedded in this place and in this community. And I hope that it's made you ask the question, how can I be involved in Blackfriars Settlement? What can I do to help them in their mission to create opportunities for local people? If you've had that question in your mind, why not come along and have a word with me? I'd be delighted to show you around the settlement building, to tell you some more about the work that we do and to explore ways in which you can help us. My contact details will be on the screen at the end of this film. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to your continued participation in this place.
My last thing I'd like to say regarding Blackfriars Settlement is happy 130th anniversary, and may it continue for many, many years to come. Thank you. Bye.